So, ang topic natin today is Module 1C, finding the general term or nth term of a sequence. Now, look at the figures. Figure 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, if we are going to represent that into table form, meron tayong, ayan, sa first figure, may isang tile. Sa second figure, merong 4. Sa third figure, merong 9 tiles. Sa fourth figure, merong 16 tiles. And sa fifth figure, merong 25 tiles. So, we can therefore conclude na ang nangyayari dun sa n is ini-square lang siya. Kasi 1 times 1 is 1. 2 squared or 2 times 2 is 4. 3 squared or 3 times 3 is 9. 4 squared or 4 times 4 is 16. 5 squared or 5 times 5 is 25. So, we can therefore conclude na ang kanyang formula is n squared. Okay, so give the first three terms of the sequence a sub n equals 2n plus 3. So, to solve for the first term, ayan, lagyan mo ng parenthesis sa bandang dito kung saan nandun supposed to be yung n. Tapos, kung ano, yung maliit na number dito, yung subscript niya, 1, yun din ang ipapalit mo dito. So, you're going to substitute 1 here. Pareho lang kung ano yung nandito, yun din yung ilalagay mo dito. So, that means 2 times 1 equals 2 plus 3. And that is, our first term is equal to 5. Let's proceed to the second term. Now, to solve for the second term, let's follow the same process. A sub 2. Lagyan mo ng parenthesis. Pareho lang siya nung original problem, pero this time, yung n is already a parenthesis. Gaya ng sabi ko kanina, kung ano yung nandito, yun din ang isa-substitute mo sa n. So, that's 2 times 2 is 4 plus 3. So, the second term is equal to 7. Now, let's solve for the third term. Okay. So, a sub 3 is equal to 2 parenthesis plus 3. And that is 2. Substitute 3. 2 times 3 is equal to 6 plus 3. The third term is equal to 9. So, ang first term natin ay 5, second term is 7, and the third term is 9. Okay, give the formula for the nth of the sequence 7, 12, 17, and 22. Paano natin mabibigay yung kanyang formula? So, una, get the common. Ano yung kanilang difference? So 12 minus 7 is 5. 17 minus 12 is 5. 22 minus 17 is 5. Once nagpantay-pantay na ang kanilang difference, gagawin natin a sub n, which is the general, and then 5, tapos lagyan lang natin ng n plus 7 minus 5. First term at saka yung kanyang difference. 7 minus 5 equals positive 2. So, ang kanyang formula ay a sub n equals 5n plus 2. Paano natin ma-check kung tama yung ating binigay na formula? So, pwede natin siyang may check. Kagaya nung kanina, pwede natin kunin ang kanyang, let's say, third term. A sub n equals 5n plus 2. So, a sub 3 equals 5. Diba sabi ko parenthesis nyo yan plus 2. So, this will become 3. 5 times 3 is 15 plus 2. So, ang third term niya dapat ay 17. Check natin sa ating original equation kung ang third term nga ba ay 17. 1, 2, 3. So, ibig sabihin, ang equation na nakuha natin ay correct. Okay, here's another problem. Give the formula for the nth of the sequence 6, 9, 14, and 21. So, kagaya ng ginawa natin kanina, kunin natin yung kanilang difference. Yung difference ng mga terms. So, 9 minus 6 is 3. 14 minus 9 is 5. 21 minus 14 is 7. Kung mapapansin nyo, hindi pareho ang kanilang first difference. So, ibig sabihin, hindi siya linear. Ngayon, check natin ang kanilang second difference. 5 minus 3 is 2. 7 minus 5 is 2. This time, pareho na ang kanilang difference. So, ibig sabihin, ang equation nito ay quadratic. So, meron siyang squared. Ngayon, paano ba natin malalaman kung ano magiging formula niya? Check muna natin sa first term. Ang first term niya ay 6, tama? So, kung ang first term niya ay 6, ibig sabihin ito, yung subscript niya na 1, yan yung i-square natin kasi yan yung n. Ilan ba ang kulang? 1 squared is 1 times 1. Ilan ang kulang para maging 6? Tama, kulang siya ng 5 para maging 6. Kasi 1 plus 5 is 6. So, doon naman tayo sa kanyang second term. Ang second term niya ay 9. Sabi ko, itong subscript niya, yung maliit na number, siya yung i-square. So, 2 squared is 2 times 2, which is 4. Ilan ang kulang para maging 9? Tama, kulang siya ng 5. Kasi 4 plus 5 is equal to 9. Let's proceed to the third term. Ang third term niya ay 14. So, itong maliit na number dito, siya na naman i-square natin. So, 3 squared is equal to ilan? Tama, 3 times 3 is 9. Ilan ang kulang para maging 14? Okay, very good. Kulang siya ng 5 kasi 9 plus 5 is equal to 14. Doon naman tayo sa fourth term. Ang kanyang fourth term naman ay 21. So, yung maliit na number, siya na naman ang i-square natin. Ano yung 4 times 4 squared? 4 times 4, tama, 16. Ilan ang kulang ni 16 para maging 21? Tama, kulang siya ng 5. Kasi 16 plus 5 is equal to 21. So, tingnan yung maigi. May napapansin ba kayong pareho sa mga nilagay ko dito? Okay, very good. Yung kanilang subscript, ito, yung maliliit na number nito is being squared. So, ibig sabihin, a sub n, si n yung maliit na number, so siya yung ating i-square dito. Kagaya ng mga maliliit na number dito, yung subscript niya, ayan, lahat sila naka-squared. So, yung n dito, squared din siya. And then, lahat sila dinadagdagan ng 5. So, ang ating formula for this sequence is a sub n equals n squared plus 5. Okay, so find the first three terms of the sequence given the nth term. A sub n equals 4n minus 3. So, sabi ko sa inyo, paano ba masasolve yung first term? First term equals a sub n 4n minus 3. So, first term muna tayo, a sub 1, 4, and then parenthesis yung n minus 3. So, kung mapapansin nyo, kinopya ko lang yung original na formula. Pero this time, pinalitan ko yung a sub n ng 1, and yung n ay naging parenthesis. Sabi ko, diba, lagi magkapareho ang dalawa. Yung subscript niya na 1 at saka yung n dito. Pareho. So, 4 times 1 is 4 minus 3. So, ang first term natin equals 1. Next, let's proceed to the second term. So, our second term equals 4 and then parenthesis minus 3. Kinopya lang yung original formula and then solve. Copy 2. 4 times 2 is 8 minus 3. So, our second term is equal to 5. And for the third term, a sub n equals 4n minus 3. So, that's a sub 3, 4, parenthesis n minus 3. So, papalitan mo lang yung 3 dito, substitute n with 3. So, we have 4 times 3 is 12 minus 3. 12 minus 3 is equal to 9. So, we have the third term is equal to 9. So, the first 3 terms of the sequence a sub n equals 4n minus 3 is equal to 1, 5, and 9. Okay, the next problem is find the first 3 terms of the sequence given a sub n equals 6 minus 2n. So, that's all for the first term. Copy the original formula and then first term equals 6 minus 2 parenthesis yung n. Kung nasaan yung n, nun lagi siya magiging parenthesis. And then, copy lang yung subscript. So, that's 6 minus 2 times 1 is 2. First term is equal to 4. Next, let's proceed to the second term. So, a sub 2 equals 6 minus 2 parenthesis. Copyain lang yung 2. So, we have 6 minus 2 times 2 is 4. Second term is equal to 2. So, we have this. And for the third term, sub n equals 6 minus 2n equals 6 minus 2 parenthesis. See, we have the third term, so this will also be 3. 6 minus 2 times 3 is 6, and our third term is equal to 0 because 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. So, the first 3 terms of the sequence, a sub n equals 6 minus 2n is 4, 2, and 0. Okay, next formula is a sub n equals n squared plus 5n minus 2. So, let us first solve for the first term. So, for the first term, okay, parenthesis and then squared plus 5, parenthesis uli yung n minus 2. And palitan yung n ng 1 lahat. So, that's 1 squared is 1 times 1, so that's 1 plus 5 times 1, 5 minus 2. 1 plus 5 equals 6 minus 2, that's 4. So, our first term is 4. Let's proceed to the second term. N squared plus 5n minus 2. So we have second term. Parenthesis yung n plus 5 parenthesis minus 2. So, palitan dito yung parenthesis ng 2. So, I have 2 squared is 2 times 2. So, that's 4. 5 times 2 is 10 minus 2. So, 4 plus 10 is 14. 4 plus 10, 14 minus 2 is 12. So, our second term is equal to 12. Okay, let's proceed to the third term. Equals n squared plus 5n minus 2. So, parenthesis ulit, squared plus 5 parenthesis minus 2. Okay, so that's palitan ng 3. 3 squared is 3 times 3, so that's 9 plus 5 times 3, 15 minus 2. 9 plus 15 is 24 minus 2. So our third term is 22. So the first three terms of the sequence, a sub n equals n squared plus 5n minus 2 is 4, 12, and 22. Okay, so let's proceed to the next formula. A sub n equals 3 raised to n. Let's solve for the first term. Copy the original formula first, and then a sub 1, first term. Substitute the value of n. So, 3 raised to 1 is 3. First term is 3. Okay, next, let's proceed to the second term. Copy the original formula. So, a sub 2 is equal to 3 raised to 2. And 3 raised to 2 is 3 times 3. So, that's 9. Okay, next, let's proceed to the third term. Copy the original formula. A sub 3 is equal to 3. Kopyahin lang to. Substitute it to n. 3 raised to 3 is 3 times 3 times 3. And that is 27. So we have the first three terms of the sequence. 3, 9, and 27. Okay, the next formula is a sub n equals n minus 5 over n. So let's solve for the first term. Copy the original formula. First term equals, so kopyahin nyo lang yung value ng subscript dito, palit nyo sa n, minus 5 over 1. 1 minus 5 is negative 4 divided by 1. And the first term is negative 4. Negative 4 divided by 1 is negative 4. Next, second term. N minus 5 over n. Kopyahin ang original na formula and solve for the second term. So, palitan lang yung value ng n ng 2 minus 5 over, palitan yung n. So, we have a sub 2 equals 2 minus 5 is negative 3 over 2. Since this is already in its lowest term, so the answer is negative 3 over 2. Next, let's proceed to the third term. A sub n equals n minus 5 over n. So, let's solve for the third term. Palitan lang, substitute the value of n. So, 3 minus 5 over 3. The third term will be 3 minus 5 is negative 2 over 3. Since this is already in its lowest term, so the answer is negative 2 over 3. So what if you're asked to find the fifth term of the given formula t sub n equals 1 over n plus 4? This is very easy since it's the fifth term, so you look for t sub 5. And substitute the value of n to the formula. So n will be 5 plus 4. Tatandaan nyo lang, pareho lagi yung subscript tsaka yung n. Ayan, pareho lagi sila. Ito din. So, the fifth term will be 1 over 5 plus 4 is 9. So, that's it. We have the fifth term, 1 over 9.